I am Curtis Hougland, CEO of Attention. Well, I think social media represents actually the consumers increasingly in control of the media. Change happens out of necessity. They've taken on more control, so it's up to the brand to be able to give them the type of confirmation, information that they can then take and share on their own. I think it's caused them pause, and then I think it caused them panic. But it was nice that, especially in regulated markets such as pharma, we were able to sit back on the side a little bit and listen and learn as to what would happen, get our social playbooks in order, understand our approval or our compliance, our workflow, and how that was going to work together. So by the time we got to market, we're actually seeing incredibly innovative things. I mean, two come to mind, one of which is Novartis. And Novartis decided that they were going to create a page on iron overload. Rather than make it a branded experience about Novartis and their particular drug, how can you be a utility center around how people understand iron overload? Or a company like Gilead, which is creating a speaker series online that's taking all of the HIV professionals in the world and giving access to them so that they have a community, can share that expertise and research, and also the world can understand how they can access this incredible talent around an incredibly important issue. You know, I think we tend to overthink it by channel, which is understandable, but I think right now YouTube is completely underexploited. It's the second largest search engine in the world, and every time someone has a medical condition, they're going on to visualize this at some point. At some point they need to see it, they need to understand it, and I think if there were one area that would focus is not only how you create that basic social content, but how you now bring it to life through video. You know, to us, it's very hard to understand how the brand's performing, how the campaign's performing, until you have search and social data in, because those are sort of the holy grails of intent, right? So whether those represent big data or not, I think those are a good starting point. What we've heard from clients about big data is it's overwhelming. So how do you measure what matters? And there are companies out there in the marketplace that are starting to take all of this and make it very distillable and actionable. But for 9 out of 10 reports that clients get on big data, they're not able to action on that. So it's really about just pulling out how that insight drives to action and not worrying so much for them on what's happening on the back end in terms of the gathering of the data. I think that this world has been too insular for too long, that we've fallen back on these crutches of we have these compliance issues, we have these governance issues, we have these globalization issues, and therefore we can't. If you're ever going to challenge a new paradigm, you've got to not accept the answer that we can't. You've got to sort of say, okay, the consumer demands this, we've got to figure out a way to do it. We've got to figure out a way to do it better. And I think this event is bringing that to light.